We are down the stretch of the fall season, and we will go down into the C division, where we have a very important matchup between the Storm Surge and the Mighty Viking Devils. Welcome to the RBHL. Daniel Wilson here. As you can see, plenty of action behind me as the season is really heating up as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. Storm Surge have a chance to claim the #1 seed today, and in order for them to do that, they would need a win and a Zombies loss, which they will play a little later today. My Viking Devils looking to try to stay out of the #4 spot, but they do still have a chance to climb up to #3, but it requires them to win both their remaining games. So this is going to be a very important one for them if they don't want to be stuck facing the #1 seed in the playoffs. Let's go to the breakdown as we will start with the Storm Surge. Storm Surge currently in first place, but as far as who to go for this game, I don't think there's anyone else than Zach Smith, who has 12 goals for the season. He has been red hot, 15 points. He has 3 assists. And you pair him up with Blake Johnson, who has 9 points himself. He's looking to join the double-digit club for his team. And of course, John Wolf is expected to be in the net with a 171 goal against average and an 889 save percentage. But the big thing for the Surge is that the third periods tend to be their best period as they outscore their opponents 12-4. For the Mighty Viking Devils, I got to go back to Taylor Kyer, which the last time that we saw him played a spectacular game. He has become one of the better goaltenders in the C division, despite the record against him coming in 2-6-1. He does have a goal against average of 2.14 and a 907 save percentage, which is actually not bad considering the record against him. So I would see him as a big part on trying to help his team. But of course, also keep an eye on Dylan Simpson and Mark Williams, the 2 goal scorers for their team. But the big problem with them, in a stat that has usually been a strength, is now their biggest weakness, and that is their special teams. They have not scored on the power play, but they've been scored against on the penalty kill 3 times. So that is it for the breakdown, and the ball drop is next. Officials for this game: Chris Valley at center, Ryan Reich on the boards as we get set for this C division matchup. And big implications for both teams as we get underway. Storm Surge looking to secure the #1 seed, but here's a shot and a save by Steve Galappo, and he makes a big stop early on as he goes in net in place of John Wolf, who is usually the goaltender, but they have decided to go with Steve this time around, who comes in at a 122 goal against average and a 917 save percentage. Back it goes. Looking to find his way through, but the Storm Surge coming the other way. Here's Jeremy Ritter. Shot on it, and Kyer with a save. And he'll make his first stop with 21 seconds gone. Hey, sir. Won by MVD, but quickly turn it over to Zach Smith. And his shot gets blocked. It goes back to Ziegler at the point. Wrist shot and a save by Kyer. Looking for a second chance. He goes wide of the net.
Up the boards, up the boards. You got one on you.
Moving in on the wing. Running into a little bit of traffic, but goes back to Cowart. Now gets into a little shoving match in front of Dylan Simpson. As Smith puts it back over into the corner, Schmick will send it over. Back behind the net. Covered into the corner. Covered well by Daniel Decker as it goes back behind the net. Riggy will take it and will send it forward up over to Nate Walker. Will chip it off the board to himself. And it's covered by Cowart, who strips the ball away and sends it around. And we'll find John Wolf, who will play it off the board and will find his way around Matt Decker. Schmick will try clear. Lacasse blocks it, sends it back in. Cowart takes a look. Sees Matt Decker covering her and tries to set it off. Turnover. There's a shot and it's blocked by Ziegler. Nate Walker with that shot as it goes back over to Riggy. Sends it across to Daniel Decker, who just sends it back in, and Ziegler attempts to clear. A couple of whiffs, but does get it back. Walker with a shot and that's blocked. Nate Walker has yet to score a goal, but he does have an assist for the season. Daniel Decker, who's still looking for his first point. Walker, covered by Ellington. MVD doing a great job with the offensive zone time, but they are finally pushed back out of the zone, and they will just go off on a change. Ziegler will pick it up for Storm Surge. 7:40 remaining in the first period. They'll loft it and easily shut down by Kyer, who will take the draw.
Robert, take draw. Take draw.
Won by MVD, but a couple of whiffs on it. We'll turn it back over to Storm Surge. Ellington, a wide angle, that's stopped by Kyer. And Ellington again, lofts it into the opposite corner. Trying to look for an opening, and another wide angle shot goes off a body. Sikorsky again, tries to backhand it on, never got the shot off, and Kyer makes the cover. So several shots on Taylor Kyer, which we've already mentioned before, despite the record against him, has been a very good goaltender for MVD. It goes back to Mel Lewis. Covered by Sikorsky, now lofts it and tries to hit Decker. A little out of reach though, and it's going to come all the way back.
You're on there for 4 minutes. Came on
It's going to be Sikorsky that wins the draw in the slide and cleared away by Riggy. Cowart will trot it back as she's forced back behind the line. Ellington tries to receive a pass, hops it, trying to push back with Sarah Williams, and now kicked away by Matt Decker all the way down to Galapo, who will send it forward over to Zach Wessner. Lewis will play it off the screen, stays in, and Williams will just clear the zone. A couple of looks for Wolf. Tries to get around and can't find his way around Grant Alexander, who tries a shot and a save by Galapo.
I guess, I'll do face
Won by MVD, but quickly turns it back over. It's been a problem in the early stages. In the meantime, Schmick will take it behind the net. Looking for a wraparound, nobody available. Now a couple of looks for Grant Alexander. Takes a poke check from Zach Smith, and we'll just send it back down, and Wolf will pick it up for Storm Surge. Howard. We'll just send it back across the Wolf. As the MVD has been winning the draws, but just maintaining after winning the draw. It's been an issue in the early stages of the game. And sent back was trying to look for Decker, but instead did Simpson. Simpson will try a shot just a little wide of Galapa. Walker centers up, finds Simpson, shot it, it's deflected out of play by Alexander. And despite it going off of an MVD stick, they're going to keep it in the zone with 5:19 remaining. And it's tied up. Simpson gets control for MVD. And now it gets tied up with Jeremy Ritter, who will get it off to Zach Smith. Good block by Daniel Decker. Jeremy Ritter forcing his way through. Does get through, but gives it up to Daniel Decker, who almost turns it over. And now 3-on-2 for MVD. Dylan Simpson. Simpson with a wrist shot, and that is blocked on the way. They're fighting for it, and it's cleared. Ritter on a 2-on-2.
Good. Stay with him, Dan.
Now switches spots with Schmick. Schmick taps it over, was looking for Zach Smith, but he was covered by Simpson. Nate Walker attempted to clear, does get around, but covered in a double team. Can he get away? He does put on the speed. Shot and a save by Galapo. Ziegler over to Zach Smith. MVD is looking like they've been playing some of their best hockey this season. And it's only 6 minutes into the game. Here's a call, gets to Sikorsky, shot at a blocker, save by Kyer. And they will clear out. Wolf holds on, and now we'll just slap it on net, and Kyer will make the save. Now swung around the boards by Simpson. Attempt to clear by Lacasse. There's a shot and a save. Rebound. Can't get it off as it goes back behind the net. Tied up by Sarah Williams. Now Lewis tries to get up to Lacasse. Turns it over to Smith. Smith tries a shot. Was looking for a deflection, but Kyer comes with a save.
Yeah, because I literally just head up.
3:29 left in the period. Ziegler back to Wolf. Wolf tries a shot, that's blocked. Over the other way is Matt Decker. Tries a shot blocked by Ziegler. Now fight for possession. Try to fight his way around Zach Westner. Here's Wolf. Ellington on the left wing. Now tries to go to Sikorsky. Blocked by Williams. That's Sarah Williams. Now everyone comes together and now pops out to the left corner. Ellington with control. Now it goes back behind the net. Looking for an option, and there's a save by Kyers that went off a deflection. 2:48 remaining in the first period. Some good offensive chances on both sides, but so far, both come up empty-handed. Tie up on the draw, goes towards Storm Surge. Wolf is unable to hold it, he'll have to come back. Now taking his time, waiting for everyone to make a move. Now goes for a move. Wolf goes to the outside, now centers for Sikorsky, unable to handle it, but he does get a shot off. Another shot from behind the goal line and a save by Kyer. One by Storm Surge. Ziegler with a shot. Save by Kyer. Riggy will try to play it behind the net. Gives it up to Ellington on the left corner. One of the big strengths of MVD has been defense. So far, it hasn't translated to them because it's been the offense that's been the issue. And they may have something here as a partial 2-on-1. Walker covered by Coward, centers up, trying to look for a deflection, not available. A little disturbance to the front of Galapo, but nothing comes of it. As Coward waits for everyone to make an arrangement. Very little movement so far. And now we get a little bit from Wessner, but instead just plays it back into the corner, approaching a minute 30 remaining in the period. Now tries cross to Ziegler, unable to connect. Good move by Walker. Walker tries to center up for Simpson, but is cleared away by Ritter. And tried to block him. Ellington has an opening on the right circle. Shot it up, blocked by Riggy. She went back and redeemed herself with that play. There's a backhand blocked by Riggy, but open chance, he missed. Ellington sitting right there on the far post, but he might have gotten tied up. Simpson will clear it down off of Galapo. They'll go off for a change and a much needed one. 45 seconds left in the period. And now Storm Surge suddenly slowing the play down again. And now play off the boards. Back to Ellington. Covered by Decker. That is Daniel Decker. Now pushed up to the boards. Still looking for an opening. Smith goes back to Wolf. Wolf spins around, looking for an opening. Sends up, he scores! Through the crowd, Wolf goes over to Ritter, puts in the one-timer. 1-0 Storm Surge. It was a crowded slot, but there was a lane that John Wolf saw and found Ritter as everyone was busy looking through the screen. Schmick is going to try to add one more before the end of the period. Goes behind the net looking for a wraparound and was trying to go for Smith, but he misfires. Turns it over, and that's the period. So after a back and forth, the Storm Surge strike first off a great pass from Wolf over to Jeremy Ritter, who will score his second of the season in C Division. Storm Surge lead at the intermission, 1-0. We get ready for the second period. Ritter with the late goal. It was a change of pace, really, if you had noticed. They had started slowing the pace of the game down, and it ended up working in their favor. As we get underway in the second period, Schmick trying to get her around Riggy, she blocks it. Ritter trying to go back up, and it's blocked. Simpson goes over to Alexander. And he was probably trying to make sure he was onside as he just left it. Ritter forced the outside by Riggy. Tries to center up and was looking for an option in the slot, but it went right by Schmick. As Ziegler resets. Now tries to chip down and over to Kyer. As Ziegler trying to drive the net, looking for a rebound, but Kyer denies him. It's back into the corner. Alexander plays it back. Daniel Decker off of Jeremy Ritter. But they do get it away over to Simpson. Attempt to clear, fails, back over to Wolf. Sends it back around the boards. Schmick will pick it up. It was looking for Ritter, who was waiting on the other side of the net. And it goes back to Wolf, back to Ziegler. Shot from the point and a save, and through a couple of feet, but it stays out. Daniel Decker attempted to clear, kept in by Wolf. Wolf just locked it up, but it hit the ceiling, and they're gonna say that they're going to blow that play dead. That rule has been around for quite a bit in the RBHL to prevent goals being scored that way. And they're going to bring it back to neutral. It's back over to Decker, who will send it over to Alexander, and now Simpson. And here's a shot and a save by Galapo off the wrist shot. 8:35 in the second period. One by Storm Surge, and they will clear. Sarah Williams races this one down, sees Sikorsky on pursuit. Here's the call, sits it around to Lacasse. We'll try to stretch it up off a body and right over to his intended target. Drop pass, Lacasse, where the shot is blocked. And now Storm Surge back in the attack. Here's Ellington. And blocked by Lacasse as he rushes in. Attempted clear. It is clear, but it will be an icing against MVD. One by Storm Surge. Wolf tries a shot and that's blocked. Good placement by Christopher Brown, who's playing defense for MVD. Decker sent it up to Brown. Send it back across. And getting a little tied up by Cowart. But Storm Surge do get possession. Ellington crosses, blocked by Lewis. Sends it back up, intended for Brown, but it will be sent right back. Lacasse over to Brown. Brown tries a shot and that's saved by Galapo. Cowart sends it around. Christopher Brown still looking for his first goal as that comes all the way down for icing against the Storm Surge. Brown has 2 assists credited to him. That is won by the Storm Surge. Wolf tries to clear. Riggy backhands it in. But gets away to Cowart. We'll send it up. And maybe a 2-on-1 opportunity. Ellington on the left circle. Centers up. Nobody there. Walker stretches, misses, and it'll end up being an icing. Won by MVD, picked up by Walker. We'll send it across looking for Alexander. Took a weird hop off the boards as it goes back to Smith, who will send it back into the corner. Riggy will pick it up off the inboards. And Ritter takes it. Oh, big save by Kyer. And he was already committed to the butterfly, and he makes a big save. Here's Ziegler with a shot that goes high. Back to Ritter. Back to Cowart. Thinks about it. Shot and saved by Kyer.
Get on Zach and stay
This is
on.
Storm Surge.
Far away.
Now starting to put pressure on. Back to Smith and gets it interrupted. Back to Cowart, who whiffs it. There's now a race between Ziegler and Walker. Ziegler gets there first. He'll play it off the boards, and the MVD trying to make sure they're careful on their change. They do get it legally. Shot in a save by Kyer from Smith. Rebound attempt, save by Kyer, still loose. Comes out to Ritter. Ritter now crosses. Will find Zach Smith. We'll try to send one, and it goes into the opposite corner. Ritter from the boards. Now crosses to the opposite boards to Zach Smith, who will try a shot that is blocked. And out it goes. Ziegler forced to track it down. We approach the halfway point of the second period. Now Ziegler will slap one across over to Ritter. Schmick runs into a roadblock, and Decker didn't have to do much. Just place the stick right there. There's a shot in the save by Galappo. Ritter in a battle with Decker. It goes back. Good stop at the line by Daniel Decker. Matt Decker moves in from the corner now. Here's a call from Mel Lewis. Tries to get there and runs into Schmick, which will turn. Well, it was going to be a 3-on-1. Kyer is forced to make the cover with 4:40 left.
Sorry, they're just a little.
And a false start, we'll do it again. Won by MVD. If they can push through, Lacasse will clear. Wolf has the speed to get there first before Brown. Avoids a poke check. Sikorsky gets it away. Westner tries to pass to himself. Intercepted by Williams. Lacasse gains the zone. Thinks about it. Now tries to cross over to Simpson. Simpson tries to look for a shot, and now it's just a little bit wide of Galappo. A couple looks for Westner, covered by Williams, and runs into Lacasse. Everybody runs into a traffic jam. In the meantime, a shot from Sikorsky stopped by Kyer. The current shot total is 17-8 in favor of Storm Surge. Which, as we already mentioned, despite the record against Kyer, he is posting above a 900, which tells the story that he's facing a lot of shots and making the saves when he needs to, as that one goes all the way down for icing. Won by MVD, and Riggy looking for a lane, and now Lacasse crosses. Lacasse will try to get down, try to fight off Ziegler from behind the net. Now a battle in the corner as they'll just cross. Storm Surge back in the attack. Schmick tries to pass to himself, and Kyer makes an aggressive move and makes a stop before Schmick can get there. It's won by Storm Surge and try to go across, but cleared away by Daniel Decker. Over to Alexander. Centers up, no one available. It turns over to Ritter. They do get it across the line, so Storm Surge forced to retreat. Shot and that one off the glass. Back across to Zach Smith. Tries to center up. Kyer stops that one. Storm Surge getting a lot of wide angle shots. They don't care where they have that one. As Ritter gets it across to Smith.
Get on him, get on him.
Smith back to Ritter, who whips it, but a shot from Ziegler gets a Riggy. Another shot, it gets blocked. Simpson going across to Walker. Walker hits the brakes, trying to develop a 3-on-2. He'll throw a shot by the net. Galoppo trying to clear away as Walker was sitting right there, but gets cut off by Wolf. Attempted clear. Did it go off a tip? Yes, it did, so no ice.
Plenty of time.
Approaching 2 minutes remaining in the period. Taking a quick look, plays off the boards. Does go off of Walker, waves off the ice, but Ritter was going to get it anyway. Now stretch pass to Zach Smith. Smith tries a shot, he gets deflected by Daniel Decker. Behind the net, everyone battles. Pops out to the right circle, Wolf. Off the boards, back to Zach Smith, now back to Ritter at the point. Makes a deke, tries to get an opening, shot, and that's blocked. Looking for a wraparound, over to Ritter, tries a shot, and that one would have gone wide anyway as it goes into the netting. Now everybody's still looking for it. We've gone a while without a whistle. As it goes back over to John Wolf. Now crosses to Sikorsky. Approaching a minute remaining in the period. Crosses back over to Zach Smith. Tries a shot on the post! No goals! And another shot wide the net! You can hear that iron ring all the way from here. As that one's tipped, where is it? In the slot, and that one's cleared out. Now Storm Surge pressuring on the late stages as that goes down for icing. Tie up on the draw, trying to go back to MVD. Picked up by Sikorsky for Storm Surge. Now tries to go back for Smith. Gets blocked.
Grant, stay with Zach.
Howard. And here comes MVD on the attack. As Walker was trying to go full out Jets. As that goes off the glass. 20 seconds left in the period. Daniel Decker with Sikorsky on pursuits. Now trying to buy some time. Pops out to the left corner. Off the board. Zach Smith. Thinks about it. Centers out and they score! It was deflected somewhere. I didn't see which foot it went off of. The officials are going to talk about this one. But as of right now, they have it as good goal. Oh no, they're waving it off. So they wave it off. If I had to take a guess, it was because of a kicking motion, but we'll get confirmation of that at the intermission. But in the meantime, the score will remain 1-0. So 4 seconds left. There's the draw, still looking for control. Will they have enough time for a shot? They do, but it got interrupted. Well, the Storm Surge thought that they had taken a 2-0 lead, but it gets denied on a technicality as we go to the intermission. Still 1-0 after 2. Ready for the third period, and We did confirm that they waved it off because it was kicked in, which is not a legal way to score a goal. So that was just as I had suspected, because that pass came from behind the goal line, and that was the only reason I could think of that they would wave off a goal. We get back underway. We are still 1-0 for the goal from Jeremy Ritter back in the first period. As they try to look for a tip-in, can't find one. As Weston with a shot, and that is snared down by Kyer. Goes back to the Storm Surge. Shot is blocked by Brown. Ellington back behind the net. Westner in the corner, covered by Brown. Tries to center up, it's blocked. Goes around the net and Ellington. Centers back to Ritter. Blocked by Lacasse. Gets back to his feet. Ritter sends it back across to Cowart. Settles it down, and now the pass gets blocked by Brown. Play will continue. Westner back in the corner. Centers up, it's blocked. MVD trying to get on the board as Matt Decker sends it to the right corner to Lacasse. Lacasse attempts to center and can't find anyone. Back to Zach Smith. And now battle for possession as Smith tries to drive the net, but just ran into Mel Lewis, who was trying to keep him to the outside. Here is Jeremy Ritter, tries a shot that's blocked by Lacasse. Back over to Cowart. Will send it back over to Ritter. Now drops for Ziegler. Shot goes high. From behind the net, Mel Lewis moves in. Back in the left corner for Jeremy Ritter. They try to center up off of Kyer. It comes loose and it's back in the left corner. Attempt to center pass gets blocked by Lacasse. And now here's a 2-on-1 for MVD. Walker and Matt Decker. Tries to center it up and top the ball. As Walker was trying to center it up, but he ended up topping the ball. Now back to Matt Decker. There's a shot that's blocked by Ziegler. Tries again and that's stopped by Galappo. That is cleared back. They're waiting for the call, and they are going to call icing, as Storm Surge thought that she could play that one, but they say no deal to that. One by MVD. Alexander with a shot that's blocked. Back to Daniel Decker. Keeps it in. Walker with a shot and a save by Galappo. And toss up on a draw. It's going to be back to Storm Surge. As everyone trying to hold the line. They do hold it in. Shotty gets blocked by Wolf. Centering pass to Zach Smith. Now crosses. Schmidt on a 3-on-2. Back to Smith. Trying to hang on to it. Shotty was looking for a tip from Sikorsky and couldn't find him. Sikorsky back in the corner. Centers up. It's blocked. 2 against 3 for MVD. There's a shot and it's gloved down by Galappo. It's going to MVD, and a shot from Matt Decker is saved by Galappo. Lacasse tries center. It's blocked by Ziegler, who'll play it off the boards. Lacasse tied up for a moment. Off the boards, down it goes. It will not make the link. That doesn't look like it. So we'll make it a chance for Schmidt, and a save by Kyer. Now back it goes. Wester with a shot at save by Kyer. And back it goes for Brown, but Wolf strips it right back. Off in the stick of Mel Lewis, who will try to pin it up against the boards. Now sends it around to Lacasse. Stretch pass, and almost had an opening for Matt Decker, but out of his reach. That's the second time that has happened this game. I had the first. Tie up, goes to MVD, and they will just clear the zone. MVD still trying to get that offense together. Their top two scorers have been Mark Williams and Dylan Simpson. I have not seen Mark Williams in the lineup today. As it's back to the right, looking for Brown. Brown looking with a shot at stop by Galoppo. He temporarily lost sight of it, but it sits right there for Ziegler to clear away. Back to Matt Decker. We'll just kick it back. Brown centers up. Backhand, and it's blocked by Ziegler. We'll just play off the right boards. Ellington. Just play it off the end boards. Sikorsky from the left corner. Hearing a call from Westner, instead goes for Wolf, who tries a shot that's blocked. Back behind the net. Wolf still battling, and it comes out and into the corner. Wolf lost control, and Lewis will clear, but it will be an icing. You see Robert Lacasse was trying to go for the change, but he's going to be forced back out.
One more run, Robert. Good off.
Picked up by Storm Surge, but stripped away by Mel Lewis. We'll play it off the ceiling. Back goes to Ziegler, who tries a shot and it gets blocked. And heads into the right corner. Zach Smith tries to set her up and was trying to look for some help in the slot. None available. Back over to Ritter. Ritter tries a shot that is blocked by Lewis. We'll try to play it all at the board. Stays in play. Simpson gets in there, and we'll take it away. 2-on-2 for MVD. Walker digs around, opening, shot and a save by Galoppo. That has been their best chance of the game. And now it turns to a 3-on-1. Ritter with a shot and a save. Cleared away by Decker. 3-on-2, and now the offense picks up for both sides. Simpson from the right circle, shot and it's blocked. Stays in play. Comes back over to Jeremy Ritter, who will send it over to Zach Smith. Plays all the boards, trying to pass to himself, but Daniel Decker right in front of him. Comes loose, and Kyer adjusts to make the stop, and we'll have a face-off with 4:12 left. Won by MVD, is sent back down and stopped by Cowart. We'll send it over to Ziegler with a shot and a save by Kyer. And another chance, that one steered away. Back to Smith. The score would definitely be a lot higher by now as it goes back to Schmick. And that one misfired into the corner. Riggy spins off and will try to look for Walker, who gets there. Maybe an opening, only has Coward to beat. But a sea of black comes right on top of him. But he gets a shot anyway, and Galapo makes the stop. Tie-up goes over to MVD. Shot and a save by Galapo from Dylan Simpson. Simpson back in the corner again. Tries the shot, that's blocked. And it comes back to Ziegler, who will put it over to open floor. Riggy tries to send it right back in and hits Alexander, but he can't even get a shot. He gets tied up by Wolf. Goes off the boards. Stripped away. Still looking for a shot. Back to Walker. Walker with a shot, and that's wide into the corner. Westner.
Great stick.
And good stick by Riggy to keep the play alive for them. There's a shot that's blocked. Kept in by Walker again. Back at save by Galapo with 2:50 left. And the Storm Surge are going to call their timeout. That's interesting. I would think that the only reason that the Storm Surge would want to call their timeout is to break up the momentum that's going the MVD's way. But MVD has certainly got a push. I've especially been keeping my eye on Walker, who has been having some skilled plays, including that breakaway to the net. But Galapo has done his part, stopping every single shot. Again, the only goal has come all the way from the first period. There's been plenty of chances from both sides, but has been quality the first. So with 2:50 left, this will make things pretty interesting. And it is won by MVD. Maybe a chance, but it rolls off his stick. But it will come back to Lacasse for MVD. We'll just backhand it down low. Looking for Brown, does. Looking to play around the boards to open floor. And nobody's getting there as Ellington will just clear the zone. Williams will get there. Now plays forward to Matt Decker, who will just send it to the left corner. Between Wolf and Brown. Wolf gets there first, send it around to Westner. Back to Lacasse. Takes a stick, but does get it to Matt Decker, who's looking at his screen. Low shot, rebound, and Christopher Brown has his first RBHL goal! First ever goal, and it's a big one. It ties the game up. So now it is going to come down to the finish. 2 minutes left in regulation. MVD has had the momentum on their side in the second half of this period. As they try to center, it goes all the outside the net. It gets to Walker, is shot and it's blocked by Ziegler.
Look at the point.
Walker, who has yet to score a goal this season, but has nonetheless played a great game. It is shot back in and out of play from Simpson with 1:33 left. It's going to be won by Storm Surge. And Riggy trying to hold his own. And now battles Smith into the corner. Trying to center one up for Ritter. Out of his reach. He does retrieve off the boards. Tries to send it across and Smith will get there. Now back to Wolf on the right circle. Shot and that's just a little wide. Approaching a minute remaining in regulation. Ritter off the boards, covered by Alexander. Now forced to the left corner. Looking for an opening and it's blocked. Now maybe a chance on a 2-on-1. Simpson and Walker. Left to Simpson, wide open. Has a chance out the post. Oh, Dylan Simpson, the leading scorer of the team, almost got the go-ahead. There's a shot that's blocked.
Get back.
Autumn Coward goes up to Schmidt. 3-on-2. Gets around one. Has one more to beat. Shot and a stop by Kyer. Into the corner. They go for the change. Back to Coward. Will play on the boards. It turns it over to Daniel Decker, who will clear the zone. Will it make the link for icing? Lacasse is going to get there first. There's a chance. Save by Galappo. That ball slowed down just enough for Robert Lacasse to have a chance on a breakaway. But Galappo stretches it out. Ten seconds left in regulation. What has been an entertaining third period. And it's won by MVD, and a shot goes wide from Robert Lacasse, and this is going to overtime.
Line up. Line up.
So, Christopher Brown's first ever RBHL goal is going to send this game to overtime. Both teams get a point in the standings. Which now puts MVD in an interesting position in the standings, which now put them two behind the Labatt Blues. And as for Storm Surge, it now has them at a tie for first at the maximum for the time being. And that's if the score holds. But a game winner and a Blues loss would get them the #1 seed. In the meantime, that sends across, and Ellington goes in the left corner.
Hey, like a 0, top of the key.
Looking for an opening, sends it across, not available. Westerner trying to get control, sends it back over to Coward. Coward tries a shot blocked by Walker. Trying to clear the zone. Back to Ziegler, poked away by Simpson. Ziegler off the boards and blocked down by Mel Lewis. Drops back over to Simpson, tied up with Sikorsky. Back over to Simpson, trying to shot, goes out of play. We'll see where they place this one with 3:54 left in overtime. So the draw will go inside the Storm Surge zone. Won by MVD, but it's over to open floor. As Schmick will send it down. And a turnover from Decker. Back to Zach Smith. Smith trying to shot that's blocked. It goes over to Ritter. Centers up and stopped by Kyer, who will take the draw with 3:36 left.
Hey, Chris. Hey, give me one time.
And the MVD is going to use their timeout. They still had it carried over from regulation. So we'll see what they draw up here. But this has not only made things interesting in the game, but also in the standings. So now MVD at least put themselves within striking distance of Labatt for the time being, depending on their game today. The Storm Surge are now up to 14 points, but they would still need to rely on a Zombies loss. So right now, Storm Surge are 6-2-1. MVD is 2-5-1-1. Storm Surge looking to secure the place in first. MVD trying to at least keep their chances alive for the number 3 spots. I've been mentioning I've had reason to think that this division is wide open. And it's won by MVD. Matt Decker plays it back to Riggy, turns it over, shot, and that one steered away by Kyer. Goes back behind the net. Schmick goes back to Smith, and now back to Ziegler at the point. Now sends it back to Smith on the boards. Tries a shot that's blocked, and wide open, and can't find anything as it's taken away by Brown. Love down, but it'll be ruled a hand pass, and this will come back.
Hey, if you're tired, change. If you're tired, change. Good.
And they're just going to send the draw to center. And still looking for a winner on this draw. They'll be back to Storm Surge. Ziegler up to Schmick. And kicks around over to the outside. Schmick looking for an opening, sends it back, looking for Schmick, for Smith, and that was blocked. But it goes back to Wolf at the point. Lacasse moving in, using the body. Now in a battle with Zach Smith along the boards, and turns it over. It's back over toward the line, still in. Wolf with a shot goes into the left board. Ritter covered, now back over to Schmick. With a shot stopped by Kyer, and he will just take the draw as we are at about the halfway point of overtime. It's going to be back to MVD. Now, even though that both teams have a point, that extra point is very crucial in the standings, as that one's steered away by Kyer. Ellington looking for an opening, tries shot that's blocked. Simpson trying to look for some help, now goes to Alexander on the left. Alexander looking for an opening, tries a shot that's high. Walker from the right boards, he'll try a shot. That is tipped! It had an opening, but it will come all the way back. And they're going to say no ice. Sarah Williams gets there, but it goes off the side of the net. As Wessner was trying to look for the wraparound, they ruled it was off a tip. And it's back. And oh, that would have been a 2-on-0, but it's Wessner with control for a Storm Surge. Trying to send one in. Sikorsky and Williams high up on the end boards. Less than 90 seconds left in overtime. Wessner. Organ center across the Wolf, wide open. Looks for a shot on the post and covered by Kyer. John Wolf came inches away from ending the game, but is denied by the Element Iron. Won by MVD. Lewis sends it up, hits the ceiling, but it will get to Walker. Looks for a stretch pass. Goes right by Simpson, and they're going to say that he was from behind the blue line, which will send this back for icing.
Good luck, guys. Step to the point.
And it's won by MVD. They attempt to clear, they do. A minute remaining in overtime. As Walker, certainly not walking on this one, he tracks us down, passes to himself, and Galapagos swats it away. Coward with 45 seconds left. Wolf on the board, gets Zach Smith, goes out of play with 39 seconds left.
Come on, boys.
Ball started on a draw. And it's back over to Storm Surge. Coward over to Smith now finds Jeremy Ritter. Ritter has time for at least another setup play as that goes off the boards, and Kyer will cover with 25 seconds left. Won by Storm Surge. Rich shot that's blocked. MVD trying to go for an attack. They got time for one chance, but it will come down for icing with 14 seconds left. Won by Storm Surge, and a quick shot goes high the net. MVD trying to go for one more try, but it's not going to happen. 5 seconds left.
5 seconds, 5.
And this game is going to end in a draw. An entertaining game, but no winners today, as both teams will get a point in the standings in a very entertaining game. We'll be back with a wrap-up. Well, I did say there was a reason why MVD is not one to sleep on. Congratulations to Christopher Brown for his very first RBHL goal, and it is the goal that helps give the team a point in the standings. And with that, after the game had ended, the Zombies pulled off a 2-0 shutout over the Bat Blues, which now means that the Zombies and the Storm Surge are in a tie for first place. And that does mean that this will now come down to the very last game. Who will claim the #1 seed? And as for MVD, their chances of getting into third place are still alive. But again, it comes down to the very last game. And this goes to show that this is pretty much anyone's division. And I am talking about the Carolina Cup, which will be coming up in just a few weeks. We only have one more game in this division. So with that, that'll do it for us here from XL Sports World. This is Daniel Wilson. We'll see you next time around.